Hello and good morning. Looking out of my window, looking out on this wet monsoon day. What is the golden rule? The golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Seems to be the most familiar version of the golden rule, highlighting its helpful and proactive gold standard that we have meant to learn through our education. Yet, what is the reality, the real practice of this golden rule? Whilst I'm in the comfort of this big building with all the facilities and amenities that one could all dream of by looking at this absolutely dire conditions. Each morning, if you were to stay in this room to look out, this is the view. And yet, the golden rule that we've forgotten. In my understanding, I stepped down long years ago. The golden rule is a moral principle which denotes that you should treat others the way you want to be treated, or treated yourself by others. For example, the golden rule means that if you want people to treat you with respect, then you should treat them with respect too. And I've been walking the world for the last almost 30 years, nearing 25 years, 26 years, unable to grapple the human suffering and struggle across the world. So I said, the real golden rule that very few have learned to live with is that whoever has the gold seems to make the rules for everyone else. That means the conditions that we have all around us today, where humans are screaming for help, screaming for a difference in their life from the struggles that they go through because of the golden rule that hasn't been practiced by the religious leaders, nor the political leaders, nor the business leaders of our world today. We all call them human beings. Are they human beings? Or are they ruthless, selfish, self-motivated, greedy, disrespectful human beings who lost their humanity when they found or stole the gold by getting people to dig so that they could make the rules, so that you work, you struggle to pay your bills, you struggle to exist in this so-called the human world. How can we continue to allow and encourage this golden rule to be forgotten? Or should we introduce a golden rule that revives the very principles, the very basic understanding of who we are to be humans on this planet, by looking out here, not just in here, in this one city, but right across the world, all the cities that are built have lost its heart. It is time we build cities not with most advanced and connectivity with infrastructure, but we ought to build cities with a heart. It is time we look inwards before we step out. Only if that we open up to our true humanity, we will drop our gold man's rule and follow our inner, conscious, responsible ways of making everyone else's life as golden and respectful as you would like your life to be. This has been the practice of the political elite, so-called the democratic America, democratic world, the democratic India. It is not the golden rule that we must follow. It is the human, sensitive nature to life is what we should practice. And that should be the role of all humans. And one should, more importantly, pledge allegiance to our common elements that support our lives. Clean water, clean air, arable land, roof over, a safe roof over everyone's head, uplifting the human struggle and removing poverty and squalor conditions that we have created with a very old golden rule that has been the gold man's rule for millennia, several millennia over. Today it has been accelerated, and we are continuing to practice this gold man's rule rather than the golden rule that we should have in principle practice as human beings. The so-called the Goldman rule or the gold man's rule has been the stealing and pillage and a loot for a very long time. It is time that we bow down to the human values rather than the gold man's rule, and rise and raise every human to a possibility